Go. Well, okay. Let's go on to the next one right here. Now, I am a a fan of Overwatch, and I know a lot of us here play a lot of Overwatch. Game Key and
What's this
I'm a
Overwatch kid?
casual.
casual. Well, we have the new patch coming out for the Roadhog's Hook. Have you got? Are you a big fan of Roadhog? I mean, I use him Roadhog. Excuse me. I use him once in a while. I'm a huge diva Reinhardt,
I'm
but
not good with him, but I do feel really good when I get my hooks on him.
I mean, he has
Oh,
a really
landing the hook is amazing.
Yeah, especially
Especially when it's the broken one. Like if it's
it
the
is
broken hook, you
like
feel you're
Yeah.
so satisfied. You're like, yes, shot, and then it happens to you, and you rage.
yeah, it happens to you, and then you're just like, what the hell? That shouldn't have worked. This game's broken.
I like I like Roadhog right now in the meta,
yeah.
because the diva's so prominent, but he feels super squishy. I don't know. At least in the last few weeks in the games we're playing, like his hook picks are nice, but it just feels like he's almost a free kill for the other team at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, he almost So has to do what
I feel
Zenyatta
like
did
he's
before.
got a.
I mean, he's like really good in like a triple tank, but even in a double tank, it really just depends on how bad the enemy team is at avoiding hooks. You know what I mean?
Well, him being not as valuable in the current meta is because of Diva's overpoweredness. Because the
Well,
enemy, you see Diva almost in every game now.
well, I
That
mean,
is
Diva can face tank everybody. I mean,
Oh
she
yeah.
doesn't really have to. That's she's in a weird spot. But I mean, I feel like Blizzard's trying to adjust that. But even Diva and Roadhog are big of a parter issue of right now. It's like there shouldn't be a meta with as many characters as there are to choose from. There's only 5 from a certain class, the tank class. And most,
Gravity.
the winning strat right now is at least 3 of those 5 characters. It just seems really unbalanced right now. I don't know how they're necessarily going to fix that.
So you're saying that like there's usually a team comprised of 3 tanks?
Yeah, tanks
Yeah.
are their
That is
damage
new
is
meta
so
this season.
high that they get the benefits of all of the high health pools, but they can also like Roadhog, if he hooks you, that's a one shot on most characters. Reinhardt's charge is a one shot. Diva's just a beast. She can 1v1 anybody just by, being Diva.
And her ult.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay, okay.
Yeah, Diva's ridiculous.
they've changed it where her shots do less damage, but she does more bullets though. So each bullet does less damage, but they increase the bullets. The amount.
Yeah, so it seems like it's going to cut down her.
two-
It should lower her damage at medium to long range even
Yeah.
more than what it already is, which is just pretty minuscule as it is.
Yeah,
But that means up close where you're landing all because it's actually a shotgun, so I think it's like multiple projectiles that it's counting. So it's like why you really get up close to somebody and it just shreds right through them. So I'm assuming it's just to cut her long range damage down because one of the big strats right now, and I do it all the time, is like perching. You just perch up with Diva, and you can pick with your ult the damage is what I mean all day long because they shoot at you just your defense matrix and you just pick at them all day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with giving her more bullets because she already stands at the front, let's say, with a Reinhardt blocking, and she sprays and prays, and it's really hard to get to where you need to go if the diva's like in front. I don't know, I would just like them to do a little something else with her instead of taking something away and then giving her something more of her because she has been OP for the last couple of patches in my opinion.
And it's like Zarya was OP. It's like their tanks keep getting into these weird spots, and I feel like there's the only way out of the situation they're in with the tanks is they're going to have to do like a huge damage nerf across the board for all the tanks, and that's going to be a huge hit for a lot of players, and it's going to feel really weird. But I feel like eventually they're going to have to do something because if a tank is the best pick where you want 3 of them, then as they add more tanks or as they keep adjusting, if they leave the tanks where they're at, they either need to completely boost everybody else or just nerf the tanks. And I think in the long run, just get the nerf on the tanks and
Yeah,
just be
I
done
think
with
so.
it.
I think so.
Well,
Well,
I
one
mean,
of the
when-
things. Go ahead, Drum.
I mean, because when Diva can out DPS 90% of the DPS class, there's a problem with her. And I don't know if their change in her armor is going to help much, but I know that she does feel much squishier, so you can't just be Diva who runs in and tries to take everybody out, and then you can get away easier.
Well, I mean, even if I charge in with my ult, I don't care if I get away or not, as long as I get at least, some picks with it. I really don't care.
Maybe they need to do something where they just increase the damage on some of the offensive characters, but only specifically against large targets or tanks or whatever. You know what I mean?
Well, one of the things that makes the 3-tank meta so great is the healing that comes from it.
Oh my God, Ana.
For-
I am
Well, yeah,
for instance,
happy
Well,
to
yeah,
see
she
that
got
nerf.
nerfed though. She
I
got
am
nerfed.
happy to see that nerf.
That's the thing. I mean, you have
Ana
these
is
giant
getting that
health
nerf,
pools,
Well, I
and
mean,
that's going to
Ana's
change
and
a
the
lot.
healers are
Yep.
able to sap their ultimates. I mean, her grenade changes. Here's the thing: her grenade change is going to be huge if you get the flank and you can get her on a 1v1.
Mhm.
You know, before she sleeps you, grenade, couple shots, you're fucked. But now you should be able to win that 1v1, well, as you should with any healer. You know what I mean? If you're like a DPS class that's flanking. But her grenade is not necessarily her healing issue. It's her actual rifle shots. As long as she's landing her left click, she can out heal Reaper ults, Soldier 76 ults.
Mhm.
I mean, her
Yep.
heal per second is insane.
Well, but
Yeah, but still 50% less for the grenade, which I think is going to do a lot of good for the DPS classes that are standing in opposite of those tanks.
I would just like to see. I hope it's enough of a change. All I want from as far as the healing standpoint is, I feel like they're almost there with the healers. Like they're all playable, and Symmetra just needs to be moved to a defensive character, but that's a different discussion.
yes.
But all the healers are viable, but it's like Anna's so powerful. It's like you pick Anna and then you pick one of the other ones, where it's like if they can just adjust her a little bit, the healers are in a really good spot.
Yeah, they did buff her a little too much that first go around because everybody complained so much how she was so bad at healing, and they're like, well, you know what? Screw it. Let's make her the best healer ever who can only be out healed by a Zenyatta ult.
Well, this is what happens when you come into a competitive play style. You see this a lot with League of Legends when they release a new character, and then there's a game-breaking meta that allows that new character to be OP, and that's where Ana came in as that OP heal right in the beginning. Not to mention she had that 400 armor, which is huge, even though she still has the 200 health. But the fact that they had to downscale some of her abilities in healing, even if it's just like they mentioned here, 2 damage from 3, that tick of 3 over time adds up. And that's where they're trying to make these little tweaks to make it a little more balanced for all players.
Well, yeah, definitely. I mean, you have to do it very gradually because if you adjust an ability, either making it too strong or too weak, it either breaks that character or makes them a must pick, and that's
Exactly
the balance. The more characters they add, the harder it gets. But overall, they're doing a good job. My only complaint with Overwatch, and I fucking love that game, is it's just the tank meta. It just gets old. You know what I mean? You're just pounding on these giant health pool targets,
Definitely.
game after game.
And for me, I don't know about you guys, but if you guys actually look at my Blizzard profile for Overwatch, I'm like that one guy who was like, Bastion, let's try it. And so I put in like 15 hours. And was like,
You're that guy.
You're that guy. That's a good guy.
I've tried I've gone against everything, and I can still say that having high damage out, like high health, even as Bastion sitting in, dropping my ult rockets at him or sitting in a turret, it's overwhelming. And then you come across a Genji and a Diva, which are just complete destruction to Bastion or a complete nerf to all damage you're going to do. So it's just like, well, you got to pick and choose as a Bastion.
Well, I mean, and like Parrot says, bullet damage per soldier only went up by 3 damage per shot, and he's a must pick now. So little numbers can make a big difference.
Oh yes.
No, that's the thing, and it's like we have to take the numbers at face value. 1 point of damage can be a huge change, and that's why it's like patch notes come out. It was like the big Genji nerf, remember? Oh, Genji's useless now. Nobody's going to play Genji. He's still a top pick DPS. He still fucking does his job spectacularly well.
Yeah.
You know, until it really hits, even PTR, I feel like up to this point hasn't been a good judge for changes because Symmetra's completely busted coming out of there. So really, until it hits live and everybody gets, you know, a couple weeks on it, it's hard to say. But I mean, it sounds like on paper these sound like solid changes.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
Speaking of Genji,
Right. So who
Dylan.
has seen or heard about the Genji Mercy romance?
this was a shocker to me. I will say.
Hey, I think it's definitely with the all the voice leaks. Yes, for sure, it's definitely going towards the direction that they are together. GameKey, have you heard any of those?
I've seen things here and there, but I've not really gotten into it. Considering Genji's cold demeanor, I didn't think he was going to warm up to the holiday.
Well, I mean,
You gotta admit, even the
here's the
Grinch
thing.
had a soft heart for somebody.
that's
I mean,
right.
there's just that one
Jeffy
person.
Kaplan came out and said they're not doing Valentine's or Easter, but these new voice
But
lines
these
do
voice
point
lines-
towards some kind of Valentine's Day thing. So
Yeah.
maybe
Between-
it's gonna be a surprise, even
Between-
if it's just a couple skins.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
love
think I don't know. I mean,
something
here's the
cool.
question: if you're Blizzard and you go, you know, we don't have a ton of time for, but you know, we have a couple skins that'll be sweet. Like here's a fucking Cupid for
Cupid,
Hanzo.
Hanzo, exactly.
Will people be stoked, or will they be like, "This sucks.
Cupid,
This
Pharaoh.
isn't enough skins." You know what I mean? I don't know.
Well, I
It's
mean,
like-
there's
like
they could do
the
voice
Black
lines
Panther.
too. You know, with the whole Genji Mercy thing, they could add more to it.
or even just
and I
like,
mean-
skin colors that are.
Yeah.
I mean,
Valentine's Eve.
is it just the voice lines? Do you think they're going to have the skins, emotes? I mean, with the candy, if one of the voice lines is talking about Hanzo and Genji, Genji asking Hanzo for candy, if you got any chocolates, what emotes are they going to do? I mean, we have Anna was doing the candy for Halloween, right? Giving the candy away. So do we have something else with chocolates? Maybe a box of chocolates?
Genji's throwing chocolates into everyone's mouth instead of sure.
I like it.
There you go. It's just,
Well, I
I
mean,
would get it.
chocolates,
Come on.
chocolates.
I don't
Chocolates.
know the industry that well, but I feel like if they've gotten to the point of voice recording, that they're definitely doing something because
Well, no, I can
that
verify
takes
if,
would take
if-
a long time. That's
if
something
they
you
committed
do
to
at
the
the end.
voices, then the skins are already way done.
Yes.
Yeah, because the voices is always last. That's always the biggest pain in the ass because you got to get like the people that do the voice. You got to schedule them. They got to come in. You know, they're like they have agents and all that other bullshit. You know what I mean? Like that's the most complicated part of the process.
I agree.
I wasn't surprised with the Genji and Mercy voice lines.
Yeah, me either.
The possible romance.
I've seen some of Meteor Bob's sketches. Some of his what is that / fanfic?
Oh, goodness.
Very sexual stuff.
GB and art, man. It's
Free
deep.
money.
I want to say that Genji has just as beautiful ass or more beautiful than Tracer.
Hey, have you seen those
Oh.
mouse pads?
How about
I
Widow?
mean,
I think Widow has the ass.
Man buns matter. Except not those kind of
Widow
man buns,
is queen
ass
of booty.
buns.
I mean,
I'm
honest.
sorry. I think Widow has the best ass out of Overwatch characters.
Oh, yeah?
Well,
You
it's
know
'cause she's
what-
got the wide hips, right? It's the wide hips, isn't it?
She's just shaped very nice. Maybe it's the armor that makes it look like it pops, but you can bounce some serious quarters.
And she's blue. That's like some Captain Kirk shit. You know?
There you go.
Exactly.
That would explain it.
I would be more surprised if Mercy was together with like a Junkrat or something like that.
No, see, I think you know the whole.
Because for me,
but you know
for me,
the
it's
whole.
just like
Go ahead.
another story of a cool guy gets the girl,
No,
basically.
Wait,
For me-
hold on one second. We got a
But
question
that's
from the
Hanzo.
audience.
Uh-huh.
Top of a Star Fox. Will we see an Overwatch tourney? That's something that we've been thinking about. Something
Mhm.
we've been tossing around, seeing if we could get enough interest in the community. You know, if people have enough friends they want to throw together, where we would need
Yeah.
enough teams that we could have a couple brackets. But it
Yep.
sure would be a fun thing to do, like on a sub Sunday, and have like a decent giveaway. I'm making a note right now. Keep an eye on Twitter, and we'll see if we could drum up something for this. All right.
yeah,
I'd be
Um,
excited to see that.
yeah, right.
Yeah, that'd be
Tourney?
fantastic.
I love tourneys. But just back on the whole Bob we were talking about. I mean, it's the whole spend more time with people. You kind of fall in love with people. Genji was probably being going through the hardships of the cyborg. That Mercy was his caretaker. Then he fell in love with her. That's just a common story.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like the English
It does-
patient.
It makes it. There you go. That's a perfect way of explaining it.
And that's what I think it is. I think that's what they're basing off of is the fact that Mercy maybe not had started off liking him, but Genji started liking her because he kept spending more and more time. So you fall in love with your healers. Okay.
Now, if only Overwatch players would love their healers.
Well, that's true. That's very true. They are.
Well, didn't Mercy did the same with Reaper though?
Well, but that's a little different. Like there was less to do with Genji because he was just less dead than Reaper, where Reaper is continually still dying.
Like sands through the hourglass. These are the days of our Overwatch lives.
It's gonna turn into a telenovela.
There you go.
I'm sorry, growing up as a kid or young adult, I hated when my aunt would turn that on TV.
Oh, my
mom
grandma
watched it
used
every
to
day
watch
of my
it.
youth. Victor
Yeah.
Kiriakis, if you're still out there.
Yep, my mom, same thing.
There
Pass
you
it on
go.
to 2 of my sisters.
Oh goodness.
Screw that. Nope. Me and my other sister were like, nope, we had enough.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
As the